Hey guys, welcome to render.camp. I hope you hear me well. Write me some pluses to the chat and we're gonna start our today's workshop. Finally, I'm here. I'm really waiting for a plus. That is really important to us to know that is everything fine with the connection. And
Hey guys, welcome to render.camp.
I hope you hear me well. Write me some pluses to the chat and we're gonna start our today's. I have to switch off the sound. Yeah. So. Hey guys, hello and welcome. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about we're gonna compare VRay, Corona, and FStorm. Why I'm doing that and what is the reason to do that? Because that is another way to say the same words. The tools, software is not important. Important just your understanding what exactly you have to do. And actually, that's why I prepared some workflow table where I want to describe you what is the step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, because architectural visualization for today, that is industry. That is not a hobby anymore. For example, 10 years ago, you had a possibility to be just a hobby guy who work from home and do something, and maybe you'll get quite good quality, but definitely not today, because we since that moment, since 2016, the architectural visualization industry become bigger 6 times. In 2025 it cost like a 5.6 or 7 billion dollars. In comparison, in 2016 there was like a less than 1 billion, 0.91, something like that. So what does it mean? That means industry requires some quality, service, professionalism, and that is extremely important thing. You have to learn that, you have to get it to your hand to be able to work as a professional in any software, and honestly, not only on any software. Yeah, every tool can give you completely different pleasure. Yeah, because let's be honest, just part of our job, that is a technical job, but other side, that is a pleasure. Because come on guys, we are playing game, and that is fun, and that is interesting, and that is that's like a legal way to play the game all the day, and for me that is like that. So some tools can give you that pleasure more than others, and that's cool, that's fine. So let me share with you some table. I prepared. Okay, over here. Okay, so what is that? That is the usual workflow we follow in the education, in the real projects, literally everywhere. And that is not only about render.camp. That's about literally any type of projects. Honestly, not only visualization. So first, before jump to any work, we have to explore the work. We have to explore what exactly we have to get at the end. Not during the process, exactly at the end. We have to brief client, we have set project goals, we have to get all the blueprints, and unfortunately we can't start modeling, or better say scene setup, before work with before be sure that we have all information, we know everything about the project, and we are ready to set up our scene. Then scene setup, we have to finish that block. Quite often all of us working with not finished model. Yeah, we just build walls, ceiling, floor, windows, and start rendering something, adding shaders, something like that. That is a wasting of time. So we have to finish model for sure. That is the professional thing. Then general feeling. We have to make general feeling. I'm gonna show you today what is general feeling, and that is our focus point exactly on this workshop. General feeling, what is that? That is lighting, color, reflection, and overall mood of the picture, which is give us final understanding. And the most important thing of the general feeling, you have to get it. You can and you have to get it quick. I mean, for professional work without any explanation, with just a focus work, it may take just 20 minutes, super maximum 40 minutes for some big scenes. Sometimes it can be even less than 10. And this workflow give you, and of course at the end of this stage you have to send these to your client, and client gonna confirm that is that they accept that overall mood of the picture, and you can continue work with detalization inside of the surfaces. I mean, adding textures. So in fact, general filling, that is the final point before adding detalization inside the surfaces. I'm gonna show it to you today also in a different render engines. Of course, we'll compare pictures because we want to get fight. Yeah, really, that's always fun to see the difference. Of course, different render engine will give us different quality, different result, different speed, but overall result more or less the same. Like checkpoints, every checkpoint we're gonna get at every render engine would be at the same point. I mean, 20 minutes for general filling, something would be quicker in FStorm, something in Corona, something in VRay, never mind. Something would be easier in Corona, VRay, FStorm, something would be nicer in Corona, VRay, or FStorm. So I would say there is no winner. There would be just a different pleasure. And that is the world I love. That is extremely cool feature, and that is exactly what I want to share with you. Shaders. If you done really good your general filling, shaders, I know most of us always think, like 3D artists, always think that shaders, that is where the magic happens. No, it's not true. The magic happens in every single step before. Yeah, 33% of magic over here, 33% of magic over here, 33% of magic over here, and some detalization over there. That is not a magic block. Exactly. So you have to start with reflections. In most shaders, you have to start exactly with reflections, not with diffuse, because when you already add diffuse, when you add in diffuse, that is the last point. That is the most massive shot, and that means if you already add diffuse, after diffuse, nothing is visible. Just like that. After that, post-production with high pass, with the magnific, maybe with stable diffusion if you're working AI, and animation if you need it. This is just a table for overall workflow. That's why we have that blocks here. So that is whole workflow. No matter tools you use, the overall workflow would be like that. So today we're gonna focus on this part in 3 render engines. We imagine we already have scene set up. We already know what is the picture goals, because that is I decide to use restaurant today. And yeah, let me show you the picture we're gonna use today. So that is example. That is the reference. That is the picture we're gonna work with today. I love this picture, and I took this picture from the, I don't know, like maybe 5 years old course, maybe 3 years old course, I don't know, but that was really a long time ago. And one of students of render.camp modeled that scene, so I appreciate it. That is amazing. That is not my scene, that is somebody's scene, and that's good because I also show you some ideas, like parts of my approach, which definitely help me, subjectively of course, help me making pictures better. And I'm gonna start with FStorm exactly. We're gonna move from FStorm to VRay and then to Corona, because I know most of us use exactly Corona, and we always sure that Corona is the best, but let's be honest, that's not so true, because there is no winner. That's like who's playing guitar better. I don't know, Jan Gillen or I'm sorry, Jan Gillen doesn't play guitar at all. I don't know, Yngwie Malmsteen or Joe Satriani. Like, they're both awesome. Or, I don't know, Jimmy Page. Who's better? I don't know. I don't want to compare. Both are fine, and I have them on my flash drive, and I listen in that music every single day. So that is the thing. Yeah, I love architectural visualization. I love picture creation, and I'm passionate about this. So let's get started. Let me hide that. Let me open my scene, and here is nothing prepared. I don't know, 4 years ago or 5, I don't know, somebody sent me this scene and I still have it. Yeah, I think we're gonna share this scene with you for your practice, so you'll be able to play with the scene after workshop on your own. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's already there. So first of all, usual, I don't want to say mistake, but that is trash. Come on. I think we're gonna change the color, because here's so many different colors. Our eyes, our imagination works, that is so sensitive, and we giving a lot of different colors. We literally push it with many different colors, and of course then more difficult to work with a color, how to say that, feeling of colors, yeah, with our feeling of nuances of the colors. So we have to be careful with our vision. That is extremely important. That's why usually I add to the whole scene one overall color, more or less looking the same as my future shader. I can take less saturated, more saturated, and the brighter color would be more visible than darker shader color. That's only about wireframe. Yes, for some modeling purposes, that might be not so good idea, but for visualization, that is exactly what we need. Okay, so that is way better thing. After that, I want to be sure that I know here we have glass, and I definitely want to put it to the layer called glass over here. Yep, and I just see it. I have to create new view. It's gonna be let's call it general feeling. General feeling. Okay, cool. Let me remove this one. Delete. Okay, cool. What's next? Next. I have to reset settings, and the best way to reset settings, even in Corona, you know, this this bottom reset settings, and this bottom do not reset settings. Yeah, it doesn't work in that way. So even in Corona, if you want to change some reset settings, you have to switch to another render and go back to Corona. That is the best way. Okay, anyway, here we have some resolution. Honestly, that is too big for the preview, because FStorm renders picture in that exactly resolution even in interactive render. So I'm gonna make it smaller. Let's say 150. I think that would be enough. Okay, then I have to go there. I have to check my unit size. That is extremely important. Rendering. No, customize units, unit setup. Oh, I have to switch to metric, and here gonna be millimeters or centimeters, never mind, but both over here and over here gonna be the same. That is crucial. Why? Because photon, like sample, one lighting particle, have to have real scale. That is important. Okay, let me build some 1 square meter, cubic meter. Yeah, that could be. So scale of the scene is possible to be. Then I have to apply a new shader to the whole scene. Looks like I have not all. Yeah, because glass has to be colored also. Okay, I'm gonna hide these settings, and the first thing I must share with you, that is the numbers. I'm not a fan to explain some numbers, but to 225, that is the white pixel on our display. 0, that is the black pixel on our display. So in fact, we can't use 255 and 0. Yeah, the black shaders has to be somewhere here. Yeah, I don't know where exactly, but somewhere in the shadows. Not 0 definitely, and quite often not less than 5. And also, white color has to be has to start like white paper, maybe 200, 190, something like that. So keep that space for highlights. Even on the white shaders, we're gonna have highlights. And even more, lighting, like directly visible light source, has to be also visible, and we're gonna have space for it in a color range. Yeah, so that's why please keep that space here. Okay, as you can see here, it's quite white shader. Yeah, in 3ds Max 2024, I guess they a little changed the overall color balance, and they made it better, but not so usual. That's why we can hear a lot of bad words about that, but we shouldn't pay attention to that. I'm going to hide glass. I don't need it. Of course, even this color I don't need it also. And the most important thing, always in a 100% with architecture and interior, we have to use HDRI map with some overcast light. Why not sky? Of course, all the render engines has their sky models, but it's not interesting at all, because lighting, it's more than just blue color coming from the outside. This is the massive amount of pixels with a different intensity, with a different color, and better have it realistic. Yeah, that is extremely important. So let's get started. I want to show you what exactly I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use this HDRI. That is my favorite. I use it already like around 3 months, something like that, and I'm happy with this. That is amazing for interior, for architecture, no matter. It works perfect. Okay, I already download. Please pay your attention. That is 4K, exactly HDR, not EXR. 4K is enough for light, not for directly visible sky. Of course, directly visible sky has to have higher resolution, but in most cases, directly visible background would be not the same picture as HDRI. Yeah, so yeah, I already have it on my desktop, so yeah, I can upload it here. What else? Also here we have to increase these numbers, but I want to show you why a little later. Environment, texture here. That is the way to add HDRI. Let me put it here. Instance, known, this HDRI. As you can see, it looks like two contrast, so we have to hit where is it? Oh, input gamma. Yeah, it has to be like that. Okay, cool. What else? We have to change to spherical environment. Yeah, it has to be like that. Then we have to add some color. General word, not general. FStorm love to work with all the FStorm elements. Let me make this window a little smaller. And I'm going to put it here. Okay. Oh, FStorm is only render engine with possibility to turn on and turn off sunlight on the HDRI map. Only render engine. In Corona and VRay, we don't have that possibility, which is extremely cool. So I think we can start. No, we have to turn off interactive render. We have to make it exactly interactive. Enable. Yeah, like that. So let's get started. We have to get something now. Why it's so black? Okay, let me make it a little brighter. Where is environment? Okay, 0. 0, that is a little less than we need. 1, I would say 1 is not enough for most cases. Let's say 5, I don't know. 5, yes. And from that point, and in all the render engines would be, like the main idea would be completely the same. What exactly? This ball, this sphere, has to be more or less the same as the overall shader we see here, to be able to manage overall tone balance. That is extremely important. So we have, of course, 2 options. We can make it darker, a little darker here, but little darker. And together with this, we'll get darker shadows, which is good. But we have to make this multiplier higher. In FStorm, there is no sense to make it higher than 15. For some reason, I don't know why, but it works in that way. And after that, yeah, we have to compare this sphere with this shader. Is it looks the same? No, it's too dark. So let's use exposure. And that is exactly part of general filling work. Please do the same in any render engine. Exposure. Okay, and let's compare. Like approximately compare. Don't get me wrong. We shouldn't stick to exact the same pixels or numbers. No, it should be like more or less the same. Yeah, and that's fine. So I think it's fine. I just want to get some limiters to block lighting from that side. And that is another way to work with any render engine, with any we can use limiters. What is limiters? Photographers use the same. That is just some black or white or any other pieces of something. That could be curtain, that could be some black soft plastic material to block lighting coming from some side, to make the picture looks like we need. Okay, I want to make my camera here. Usually I use little different viewports. Let me pause this. Yeah. Let me change the viewports. Usually I work with this. So that is the camera. That is the top view. I don't need grid. There is no reason to use it. Grid here, perspective. Yeah, I'm gonna navigate this picture. Okay, so I don't want to see it black. I want to make it white. Okay, here the same. Okay, 2 default lights. It's way better to work in that way. Clear, nice, accurate scene. What is this? I understand. So let me make it a little higher like that, and I'm gonna apply here the same shader. Okay. And the color. Let me do that. Okay, so when I render only this window, only this window. Where is my render settings? This one. Okay, cool. I think now it's too contrast. So I think I have to make it smaller. Yeah. Do you see that lines and some problems on the flat surfaces? Yeah, it looks like circle. That is exactly that setting I showed you in the beginning. So we have to increase that numbers, and we'll get a way cleaner picture. I can show you. Yeah, it disappeared. We don't have it anymore. So it looks really good, but I think it's a little too contrast. Little too contrast. So let me make it a little lighter. Now it's too hard. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Approximately, guys. We have to just start see something. We can twist our HDRI map, but I know this map quite well. There is no big, like, significant difference in the map. And now is the most one of the most important elements, steps. Guys, if you play the game or hold your girlfriend or, I don't know, walk with your dog or something, please pay your attention to the things I'm gonna share with you right now. Right now, the magic gonna happen. Exactly now. So, Now we have overall tone balance and blue light. We have to set to the most important things: color balance and reflection balance. In FStorm, by default, we don't have any reflection, so we have to switch to roughness, add some level of reflection here, and we're gonna add there also some little lower roughness level. We have to set overall reflection level to the whole scene, because sometimes overall reflection level can be higher, for example, for wooden interiors. Sometimes it can be lower, no matter. This interior quite dry. Let's say it dry. That's why it's not so high level of reflection, but we must have some level of reflection on the whole scene. That is extremely important, yeah? Check this out. That is important thing. Okay, we have light and shadow. We have we even have glare here. It's a little too intense, so we can reduce it. We have to reduce it. Let me reduce it over there. Environment on mapping camera over here. No, environment glare. So size 0. I don't know, 5. Yeah, it's little, I don't want to remove it. That is part of optics, which is also extremely important, but it has to be a little calmer. Okay, then we have to start adding color. That is another crucial part of the, let's say, crucial moment. Update preview. And I'm gonna add color. I will not try touch this value section. I will work only with these two: hue and saturation. In most cases, that's gonna be like from 20 to 25, something like that. And level of saturation, we have to set it to get proper intensity of the, more or less like that. I think I have to make it lighter because I have to focus on the ceiling. Ceiling, the most important part. I mean, not actually ceiling, the brightest area of the frame. And in this picture, ceiling is the lightest area. So I have to find it. I have to catch it, and then I'll be able to move to the any other part. Yeah, like that. So that is overall emotion. Please pay your attention to the fact here we have a lot of warm interior color. That is overall interior color. And we have a lot of cold reflections. This balance we have to set in the beginning. That is exactly the most important part, because all the next steps would be exactly detalization. But here's the question: why we have some reflection on some elements, on some we don't? Maybe that is some problem with the geometry. Okay, let me check it. So obviously here we have something. Okay, that could be normal, so let me check this. That is because that is important. Okay, here I have edit normal, and normals have to be directed to us. Okay, so looks like we have to invert it. Normal, again, edit normal. Yeah, that small blue lines has to be directed to us. That's cool. I can convert it back to editable poly. What about these? Normal, no, edit normal. Yeah, it's correct. Delete. What about this? Normal. Oh, I'm sorry. Editable. Edit normal. Yeah, it's directed to us, so that's right. And here the wall, there was some. Oh, maybe that is because of the surface. There we had no reflection there. Actually, it works. It's important for all render engines. Yeah, it's correct here. Delete. Okay, so let me check it again. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah. For some reason, now it looks correct. So that is the crucial moment. We have to set warm light and cold reflections. That is the most important thing. And after that, we have to separate our scene into different colors. The most important idea here, every time and every moment, our picture, you should like your picture. There is no place where you have to skip. No. Every single time you have to like your picture, and if you don't, you have to come back to the previous tab. Okay, so let's go to that stage. Here we have furniture. Okay, furniture. Oh, I want to block lighting from the left side. Yeah, so yeah, let me do that. Limiter, block, box, perspective. Cool. I don't want to do it too much, but let's say like that, because behind the camera we can have like another building, something else. I even don't know. I just don't want to get a lot of lighting over here. In my personal opinion, that is a little bit too much. It has to be softer, because contrast always attract a lot of attention. We don't need a lot of attention on the side of the frame. Over here, we're gonna have attention. Yeah, that is the important part. So it looks quite good. I don't think it's bad. I think we need a little brighter, like overall picture, but we need to add sun at the end. So for the moment, it's fine. Let's add furniture, exactly, and oh, floor. We have to detach it from the whole scene. Soft cylinder. No. Where is my by angle? Yeah, like that. Detach, and also honestly, we're gonna have here some thickness. Shell. Outer amount, no, inner amount. Yeah, let's say like that. 100. Cool. Okay, so this shader, this surface, and all furniture has to be darker. And I'm going to duplicate it now. And I'm going to apply the same shader. That is extremely important, exactly copied, and not to apply new shader. That is important. Okay. And then we have to make it darker, more saturated. I'm not talking about any numbers. I'm talking about the picture. Only picture matters. Nothing more. Only picture. Okay, so as you can see, like our picture become darker. That is completely fine, because we have half of the shaders in the scene darker, and that's why overall emotion become darker also. But numbers here is brighter, so probably we have to make it even more dark and increase exposure to get back that effect. Okay, of course I can reduce saturation intensity here, but I'll do it a little later. Let me reduce a little saturation on the floor. I think I have to make it even darker, maybe a little bit more red. One step to the red side. Okay, and higher exposure. The numbers in this case doesn't matter. These guys who saying like, oh, that is too high exposure. Excuse me, not the level of exposure is important. Beautiful picture at the end is important. No any numbers, nothing like that. Just final result. Your result is beautiful, cool. Your result is shit, goodbye. I suppose you understand my point. Okay, so here, honestly, I also want to get it maybe a little lighter. Cool. And also I plan to add, of course, some no, I have to separate furniture and floor, because furniture has to be mostly like leather, something like this, and floor has to be wood, and I think it has to be like that. Is nice foundation, but we have to make next step with the, come on. Okay, so floor has to be, I think, more saturative, maybe a little more glossy. Of course, I don't want to make it like a reflective, but that is wood and it should have some level of saturation. Okay, it's good. And I want to make it a little more red. Cool. At the same time, furniture have to have quite high level of reflections. Like, I mean, higher than we had. It should look like a leather. Maybe a little more red. Maybe darker. Maybe more saturative. Yeah. Let me make it a little less glossy. I want to get that leather feeling. That's all. Nothing more. And I have to keep composition, of course. So now it's fine. But of course I don't have that sunny feeling. Yes, I have it, but that is like a little not enough. I have to reduce yellow color over here. And that's really good. So let me add sunlight. Yeah, sunlight. I'm sorry. Sun, we have to add at the end of the general feeding. And the end of the main part of the general feeding. Because sun, that is extremely intense tool. The same as diffuse in the shaders. In case we add it in the beginning, we're going to destroy possibility to catch all these details in the shadows. We just will not see them at all. So this picture looks already nice. Let me make it little, let me add some sunlight, FStorm, sunlight, like this, targeted. They add some quite fine physic model, and it works quite good for loser for beginners, but it might be a little more active like that. I want to be able to manage my sun color. Okay, so sun color has to be white, exactly, maybe even cold. That is completely fine. Intensity, of course, has to be higher, maybe even higher. I have to check them. It's good. And honestly, I want to make it even colder. Yeah, it's fine. Because you may say, "Oh, Daniel, what does it mean cold?" Come on, the goal is to get result. If you get it, no matter how exactly, you'll get there. Okay, so it's fine. Also, I think we need some burn value. I mean, we have to reduce it. Not too much, but like that. Okay, cool. I want to set overall exposure. Yeah, it's not bad. And honestly, I want to move that limiter a little back to get more light on the foreground. Okay, it's fine. Also on the background, we're gonna have some green color. Green. Where is green? There is no green. Okay, so we have to make it. One more time, we have to copy existing shader. And then Yeah, I have to set overall reflection or overall color. Like that, I think. That is the restaurant next to the ocean, actually next to my house in the Portugal. Okay, so roughness. Like that, we're gonna have a lot of reflections, I think. Yeah, like that. And then all these blocks, okay, not all, but some of these blocks have to have like a different color. So I think I have to apply some material by element modifier. I'm going to duplicate the shader. Change material map type. Where is the materials general? Yeah, multi-sub object. Okay, cool. Keep all material submaterial. Let's start with 2 shaders. Yeah, and I'm gonna work with this shader and another one. So ID number 2, and as you don't see it, of course, yet, but I'll add there some new colors. So let me make it obviously visible. Okay, so I have to apply this new shader. Yeah, 2 shaders is not enough. That's completely clear. But the first idea, that is set color. Of course, that is too bright. Not bad, but honestly, I think it has to be less. Let's say 10% and 80% of these, or 90. Yeah, but 1 is like not enough. I want to get more. So let's say I want to add third material like these. I want to reduce reflection. I want to make it darker. And let's say it has to be 20% of these, so 70 here. And some of the bricks gonna be maybe that is a little too much. A little darker somewhere. Okay, and maybe some more desaturated. So for let's say also 20%, let's say 50 here, maybe 40 and 30 here. Okay, and let me desaturate it, make it a little lighter. No, it has to be. I think the overall size of these tiles, I think, has to be brighter. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. And on the ceiling, we're gonna have a lot of black or almost black lamps. I think it's not something difficult. Also, together with windows, I can select all of them like these. Maybe something else. I don't know. Okay, so let me duplicate it. I'm gonna add the shader, and I think it hasn't be like green. I think it have to be like this and not so black. It shouldn't be super duper black. It has to be just a little black, like gray, because that is not a cartoon. It has to be natural. I think it has to be higher. And of course I can render just some region. Not bad, not bad. If I want to add some light source, For example, here. Oh, that element has to be like glass. Okay, let me duplicate this one and apply it. Yeah. Oh, it's already 1,000. Okay. Here's two options how to make them transparent. First of all, that is translucency. Second option is work with refraction. Or we can also work with subsurface scattering, but I think the best option is to remove depth and work with translucency exactly. So let me duplicate it here, reduce it a little. Okay, not bad. I think we have to reduce saturation and the color. Let me render just this region like that. So it has to be even lighter. Okay. Okay, now it looks really good. And thanks to this, when we add some sphere, like small light source to get some lighting effect. Inside it's gonna be quite okay. So first of all, size. I think it has to be a little smaller, a little closer to the closer it's gonna be to the surface, the better. The more intense we gonna see light. Yeah. Of course, we shouldn't get too bright light over there, and maybe I'm gonna use temperature here to get the effect I need, or color or temperature, it doesn't matter. And you have to remember that is day. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too bright because it can be compatible with exterior light. Sun always gonna be brighter than any interior light source. Yeah, and honestly, we can apply some self-illumination material to these lamps. Honestly, general filling already done. I'm just playing with these features. Yeah, let me just do that last thing, and we're gonna move to the VRay. Yeah. Okay. So, I think the best option here is attach all of them. Let me convert them to editable poly because maybe they are instance or something. And I'm gonna detach it. Okay. Obviously, I see some of them are inverted. Yeah. So I have to flip normals. Normal. Yeah, like that. Oh, what is that? Do you see that? Oh, that is something inside, which is not important. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, I understand why there was inverted normal. Now I understand. Detach. Okay. So there was two different sides of the glass, I think. Yeah. So let me attach it again. I don't need actually in inner parts, but anyway, let me material FStorm new material. That is exactly new because that gonna be a self-illumination material. Okay, so, and we have to play with this. Pause. Let me start. I just don't wanna keep them black. That's why I'm doing that all days. Okay, then we have to turn on where's the emission, like this, color. Of course we have to get some quite a lot yellow color, yeah, like this. We don't need any anything over here, and over there we can add some fall off. It's simple thing, but I think before we have to make it, we have to find proper shader or proper color. Okay, then FStorm fall off. Color, yeah, let me come back to copy, color, paste, and paste, but maybe not so. Little lighter over here and a little more, maybe not little, way more, to make it brighter on the sides, just a little. If I can do it, yeah, more intense. Cool. Let me make it more yellow. I like this one, but I'm not sure about these. So I think maybe better to keep it in one color and do it in the post-production. Okay, let me keep it like that, because it's easier to add some white something over here with one stripe in the Photoshop. Okay, let me make it a little darker. So, of course, we can continue work with detalization, but let's be honest, that is quite good. General feeling for the moment. Let me render this picture, let's say, I don't know, 10 minutes. Yeah, for example, 10 minutes in 5K. And I have to save it, file save as, because I'm gonna open it in workshop for FStorm 01. I know workshop. I have to start with W. Okay. So yeah, cool. And I have to set 5,000 environment. Yeah, I have to render it interactive render. Let's say 10 minutes limit. Okay. I don't want to enable any real-time geometry update, because I don't plan to work with real-time geometry update. That is 5K. And in FStorm, we still have these portals. But honestly, I don't want to do that, because I don't think we have like extremely intense impact. Okay, maybe decor. Oh yeah, let me do super last thing, because it's easy and literally free. I can okay. I'm gonna just apply glass shader to most of these elements. I think that's easy and quick. Honestly, no, I think it would be quicker manually select objects I need. Okay, so next thing, I want to apply the shader. I have to make glass. It's easy to do. Reflection like that, refraction like that. I believe that is enough. Yeah, of course, we have to start render from the scratch, but anyway, it's ready. It's ready. It's just a simple way to add some detalization. Of course, we can continue. We can make some concrete shader here. We can make these lamps lighter. But come on, that is clear what exactly we have to do next. Please write me to the chat. Is it clear what exactly we have to do next? Yeah, we catch overall emotion of the picture quite quick. It took me, I don't know, some time. Let's say half an hour. With all explanation, honestly. Without it, I think I can do it in a 20 minutes. I think you can do it the same, maybe with some guidance, maybe with some practice, maybe after, I don't know, 10 repetitions, but you'll be able to do that. That is not difficult. And then you have to move surface by surface, add in shaders. Let me explain you how exactly we have to do that. We have to move from something big to something small. I know for beginners it might be a little scary, like oh, I have to create all shaders from scratch. Yes, but that is not so difficult, because in fact you have to learn how to do some shaders for sure. For example, okay, a little later. But what is the most important shaders you have to do? Yeah, floor. That is one shader. That is wood. That is just floor generator, so that is not something difficult. Over here we also have wood, and let's say that is the same wood, but with maybe with a little different mapping. Yeah, okay. Here we also have wood, and on the chairs we also have wood. Let's be honest, floor generator and wood on the furniture, obviously that is different shader. But why? Because of the boards. Yeah, a floor generator, that is like a one single board for each element. Furniture and rest elements like bar, that is like a one single texture. So what exactly you have to do to deal with that? You have to take textures, boards from the CG source which you use for the floor, and in Photoshop stick together, and that's all, and make some shader like texture. Let me show you how it's gonna look like. Textures. Let's say textures 2. I see your hearts, these likes. Guys, please hold like to this video. Write me some comment, because I'm work exactly because of your comments, because you comment me, and because you asking me making more to make more videos like that. That is exactly your feedback. So please give it to me. That is important. Yeah, that is important for me. So thank you. Let's say wood, and yeah, that is exactly a texture I made from the CG source boards 12, 13. Yeah, and as you can see, this is one board, this is another board, this is third board, fourth board, fifth board, sixth board, seventh board, eighth board. So I just stick together. That is not a seamless texture. And that is here is on that side is not a seamless texture. This is just a simple thing. And you don't need actually seamless textures. And honestly, guys, seamless textures, that is your enemy. Because in the reality, there is no seamless textures. And real, nice, big, high quality textures with a proper resolution, way better than that is terrible, low quality, but seamless textures from some stocks you have in your library. Believe me, that is better. Okay, so 4 meters path, and I have to open my, that is 5K render. I have to open this scene again, and I'm gonna work in VRay now. Please make more. Fine. Join render.camp professional visualization course. That is the place where you have way more workshops. But of course, next course I'm gonna run in October, 6th of October. So I have some time. I think 2 or 3 workshops are gonna run in that time. Oh, cool. So that is the pleasure to hear that, to read that. Thank you, guys. That is important. Really, that is really important. Okay, so that is the same scene, but let me start work with, yeah, I know that is FStorm, that is GPU render, so it might work in on the background, and I have to start work with VRay. VRay CPU render, not GPU. And for VRay, I'm gonna switch to color, different color management. I have to use OCIO 3ds Max default something blah 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 ACESCG. That is, in fact, that is the way to use SCSG in a VRay. A little more, I don't want to say difficult, but different way to use it. Okay, so materials, VRay. In VRay, we also have no reflection by default. On us, from the 3ds Max 2000, I don't know, 24 or 126, I don't remember, we have possibility to set as default. So we can make it like white and set as the set as new default. Yeah, so I have to set as new default, and when I create new MTL shader, yeah, it's gonna be like that. So you can set all your shaders as you want. So that's why in VRay, yeah, I have to set it back. Yeah. Why? Because I'm a little bit a teacher, yeah, and every single time I have to show that thing to everyone, yeah. So gray material, let me set render engine. Yeah, I think I have to start work with lighting. I'm gonna use more or less the same position of limiters, so I don't need to remove them. I have to set VRay light plain dome. Yeah, it has to be dome light. Then I have to add their light source. Oh, over here. It has to be VRay bitmap, the same map with the same settings. And here I don't need to change anything, just add color correction. But I don't plan to use it, honestly. No, maps general color correction. Yeah, I prefer to use general color correction. Okay, and I don't want to see history. Uh, 9 minutes, so that is almost we are almost at the final point. I forgot to add depth of field, my bad. But anyway, it's already see that in a 5K this picture looks realistic, nice, and like completely easy to understand what exactly we have to do with this. Yeah. Okay, so here's the same. First of all, we have to set proper intensity here. 5. I don't know. We have to get yeah, some reflection level, of course. Glossiness, we have to switch to roughness. 1 we have to change to something like 0.7. That is default settings in Corona. Yeah, what else? That color has to be more or less the same over here, so I have to use honestly, I have a few options. I can increase this multiplier. I can do that in camera, but that is not VRay camera and I don't want to change it. And I can do it in exposure over here. Yeah, I just can just make it a little lighter. I have to compare it with this shader. Honestly, I think my shadows has to be a little darker. So in this case, I have to make it darker there. Yeah, and higher exposure. So overall, like emotion is the same, but in the local areas, I've got more contrast, and that is not equal to this contrast because this contrast will impact on the colors only, on the colors too. I have to do it exactly with the light and shadow. So I have to get light and shadow contrast. That is important, okay? I think that is too much. Let me make it lighter and darker here. Okay, then I think I have to add the same color. I don't remember the final number, so and that is honestly not important also. I have to follow the main idea. I have to find the proper color balance. Numbers doesn't matter. And yeah, here we have denoiser. Honestly, in FStorm we also have this denoiser, but I don't like it. Add denoiser to the scene. I have to open it over there. Render denoiser. I love NVIDIA AI denoiser, but I have to stop and start it again. I mean render. And then after third pass, we'll get, or after fifth pass, we'll get denoised version of the picture. Yeah, it's good. Exposure. Hello from Brazil. Hey, Rafael. Nice to meet you here. Welcome to render.camp. Okay, cool. But I think it's too yellow, yeah? One more time. That is the most crucial part of the work. You have to catch main emotion. Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it yellow? Is it pink? You have to catch it now. Honestly, I think it has to be softer and more so, yeah, like that. That is more or less fine. A little less saturative. Yeah, I'm focused on the ceiling. Well, maybe 23. No, that is too pink. Yep, that is better. I want to make it a little lighter. No? Maybe even here a little lighter. To get rid of so intense contrast. I have to be really careful with that because over here is overbrighted area, yeah? So as you can see, the process in FStorm was a little easier, yeah, in terms of light and shadow contrast, yeah, but and colors. But render here quicker. I mean, in terms of because of denoiser, of course. So yeah, let me desaturate it because it's too intense. And of course, bottom part of the picture is too bright, and I still want to make it lighter for the ceiling but bottom part is too dark. Okay. So the thing is not in the numbers. The thing is in the what you accept as a result for the moment. Oh, I have to stop this render. Okay, pause. 13 minutes. I'm sorry for that. Copy image. I have to open Photoshop. Yeah, here is no denoiser, and that's not fair because all the rest render engines gonna have denoiser, and that is like a cheat. And here we also have it, but it works in a little different way, and that's why I don't like it. So new file, create, Control V. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. So yeah, I think I can cancel this to save the time. Don't save. Like that. Okay, that is FStorm. I think we gonna remember it. Yeah. And then I have to set up. I have to select furniture, map. Oh, I have to update this preview. Let me duplicate it, apply, and I have to make it darker. I still don't like too intense contrast over there, but anyway. One small technical trick. Quite often we have to balance picture, and for that we have to make our floor darker and ceiling lighter. Okay. Not bad. Obviously I don't know why, but contrast is too intense. No, I can't reduce it in that way. Why it's so intense contrast? It has to be softer. Let me do it again with the first shader, because I don't like that result. It's too dark. Picture has to be softer, lighter, calmer. Okay. That is what I told you. If you don't like your picture, you have to start from the beginning. That is completely fine in that way. But if you have all the shaders and you don't like your picture, you can't do that. That is the trick. Furniture and floor. I'm gonna duplicate the shader. I don't want to use that one. Okay, and let me make it darker. I also can reduce some amount of reflection. No, I don't want to do that because I want to have it. Oh, it's fine. In terms of leather, yeah, it's better. It's softer, more accurate. I think even now we can reduce contrast. Anyway, because we still have the sun, so it, of course, sun will add some lighting inside of interior. So I don't want to change it for the moment. And yeah, the floor has to be lighter, of course. Yeah, and overall picture become lighter. That's good. Okay, let me make it a little more red. Okay, cool. Reflection. To get some little softer glossiness here. And honestly, this darkness is gonna have only we're gonna have only here, because these, for example, armchairs has to be more red and lighter. So I think I can try to make it a little less saturated and a little lighter. Yeah, it's also fine. Cool. Let me reduce color. No, that is not enough. Yeah, it's softer and better. Let me make it more yellow. So it's really cool. I think I need to make it a little lighter. After that, I'm going to add there. I think I have to make the shader a little more, a little darker. I'm talking about the floor. This shader. Also, I want to get a little more saturation. Yeah, it started to be live. And also something here. I feel like overall oversaturation. Yeah, so let me add some accurate desaturation. For some reason I want to make it little white balance. Warmer. Okay, so all together, that is exactly what I need. Yeah, it's cool. Honestly, I also want to add some curves to get rid of some too dark areas. Strange. Delete. Delete. Oh, maybe. Cool. Let me bring back a little, yeah. Okay, so it's really good. So tiny corrections to keep all the like a main idea of the frame. And I don't need this shader at all. I think I want to work with this. I want to make it just a little darker. Maybe a little bit more saturated. Okay, and of course I have to add sunlight. So all the things I do, that is exactly working with overall balance. Balance in the picture. Not only color balance, not only light and shadow balance, just balance of the picture. Maybe that is not the same sun position. I think, yeah, I think it has to be lower. Usually that is too high intensity. Let me make it 0 point something. Override. Override means just white color, and we can do whatever we need with this. Yeah, here is the same. It looks too cold. Oh. No, I need it. Together with sun, the overall picture changed a little, yeah. Let me balance it a little more. I want to make floor. A little more colorful. Also here, I want to get a little more saturation. Maybe a little darker. Yeah. It's good. Maybe 23. Yeah, with this color, it's definitely better. And maybe with ceiling, a little lighter, a little softer. Yeah, that's good. Let me bring back here. So all the further steps is more accurate. That is important. And here we have a lot of shadows. Without HDRI, unfortunately, it's, let's say, less possible. That is definitely better. And on the background, we're gonna add green color. I'm not sure I want to work with the many differentiators, colors. Okay, a little darker. I think glossiness has to be more or less. No, I want to get there some. Change material map type. No, that is general. Multi-sub object. Copy. Tem. Make it lighter. Make this something and this something. So all together we have 4 shaders. That is lighter. That is, I don't remember, let's say darker. Maybe less saturative, yeah. And this one, let me make it way more saturative. Maybe also darker because I have to have less bright areas. Let me keep it like that. And here the same. I think I have to render it 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't wanna fight with glass and rests parts, because that's clear what exactly we have to do, and that will not impact on the whole picture. So around, I think, 22 minutes we spend on that part. Yeah. So, and wait a second, I have to make my sunlight more intense, because now it's not enough. It's too, yeah, I wanna get bright. Let me try one. Okay, so anyway, that is interactive render. What about floor? Maybe I have to make it a little more yellow. Yeah, because here's two. So lighter. No, I don't want to change the color. Let me stop it. Denoiser. VRay. Image sampler. 10 minutes. 5K. So all the same. Only one disadvantage, I can't render in VRay and render in Corona at the same time, because both, that is GPU or CPU. But anyway, I can open it and clean it and prepare it for the and yeah, I can turn on lens effect. I can turn on sharpen blur. I don't need exactly sharpen blur, but I need blur. I don't need sharp, I need blur. At the end, I'll manage it a little. Yeah, so one, that is VRay. Yeah, after 40 seconds render. Yes, that is denoiser, but anyway, it looks like this. And the question is, can any other render engine give us that speed of render? No. VRay, that is quickest render in terms of all the possible features. And honestly, I don't like compare render engines like directly. We don't have the same render denoiser in FStorm, so that's why we will not turn it on. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work in that way. We have to, we have this feature in VRay, so we're gonna use all features, yeah, and that's fair, I think. I really like this picture, and honestly, we already can compare it with this one, which is better. I don't want to say which is better. Of course, right now we like this picture more. Why? Because that is the last picture we worked with. But both pictures really good, and we can set general feeling quite quick. As you remember, in FStorm that was really easy to set shadows. Here there was more difficult, yeah, but render quicker. I can say the same with many different options, with optics, with shaders, everywhere some differences. Not the differences is important. Yeah. Okay. Image, copy current image. I don't want to render it longer. I think it's together with denoiser, it's quite good, and we don't have any texture, so that is fine. But I wanna pay your attention to. I wanna draw your attention to blur. Yeah, usually pictures, real pictures, quite soft, and we're gonna get, instead of, unfortunately it's not visible, maybe over there, yeah, instead of this anti-aliasing, like, yeah, that is anti-aliasing we have to have. Lens, Of course, size smaller. Oh, no, size can be bigger. Intensity has to be smaller. Let me make size also smaller. That is part of optics. Okay, cool. So let me image copy current. That is second one. Which is better? Or let me ask you in a different way. Can you say that some of them like dramatically better? No, they are the same. The same of course, in this shader, in this render, I definitely see that floor is too green. It has to be more orange, and the sun has to be more intense. But let's be honest. Yeah. Okay, let's go next. Next is the last render engine, that is Corona render. So let me remove all the settings. Corona. I have to switch back color management to gamma workflow. Yeah, gamma workflow 2.2. That is the settings for Corona. GF3. I have to delete this one. Materials, Corona, physical material. Open it. Share. Single map. I have to add general. No, why general? Corona, I'm sorry. Corona bitmap. Desktop. HDRI. The same HDRI, of course. I have to put it here. I will not add color correction because I never use it. I don't need the slide sources. Yeah, I have to apply one shader, but I already did it. Here we have just one option to add change exposure. That is exposure. I don't know, like let me set 3. And here's the same. Yeah, this shader has to be can be brighter. Yeah, and in this case we're gonna have a less contrast. Yeah, and we can have darker shader and higher exposure, and we're gonna have more intense contrast, light and shadow contrast. That is extremely important. Guys, I'm gonna read your questions, but at the end of the workshop. Yeah, because if I'll answer all your questions right now, we'll spend a lot of time, too much time here. Okay, so honestly, Corona render works in the same method as VRay. So I think we need lighter starting shader. Okay, something like that. And let me add some color. And yeah, in Corona we have some default reflection. So I think it's too bright. I think it has to be a little less intense. Yep. More red, yeah? 24 or something. Like that. Cool. Has to be quite soft. Okay, let's do the same here. Furniture and floor map. Yeah, we started at 30 something minutes, 34, 32. You can check. Okay, so separation means both shaders can be changed. Not enough. Exposure higher, have to be. But overall picture is the same, yeah? We have to keep the balance. That is important thing. Honestly, to me, it's too red, I think, no? Or too yellow. Okay, let's separate two shaders. Furniture has to be more saturated, I think. Maybe more glossy over here. Corona by default gives us really amazing reflections, looks like leather. That is the huge advantage of Corona. Okay, not bad. Corona, sun. Of course, we're doing that quicker now because that is the third time we do that. Anyway, you have to practice, and you have to do that not because of me. You have to do it for yourself because that is extremely interesting to compare, and you'll get absolutely new experience. Direct input here, the same. That does not mean that every single time when you work with sun, you have to set it cold. No, it means it can be like that if you need it for the picture. As you understand, I never knew that option before. This is just I realize it can be now useful, yeah, and I made it. That's all. So I really like it, but I think ceiling has to be lighter. Now it's too heavy. Floor has to be, where is the floor? This is the floor. Has to be more yellow. Maybe a little lighter. Leather, quite good. Maybe a little darker. Somewhere darker, somewhere brighter, maybe a little more saturated. And one more time, ceiling. I still want to make it lighter and less impactful for the whole picture. Here we also have some denoiser. That's why it works quite well. Now it's lack of yellow color, yeah? So I have to find the... No, not here. Let me add it over there. Okay, honestly, I want to get even a little more blue color here. Corona. No. Materials. No, maps, general, color correction. Yeah. Where is the... No, I don't need this. Because I feel lack of blue color in the reflections. Okay, I want to make it more light blue. Oh, yeah. Showing love from Jamaica. Honestly, I'm dreaming to be there. So, it looks really good. Oh, I forgot about this. That is important. Yeah, that's a big surface with a different color. Always starting from the big area. Darker, yeah. Okay. So, looks really cool. Maps, general. Where's the... Oh, materials, I'm sorry. General. Multi-sub, yeah, of course. 1, 2. Let me duplicate it. Let's say 3. And let's say 4. Let me apply it. Some of them has to be darker. Honestly, I think most of them has to be darker. And even this. Oh, cool. Let me add more saturation, I think. Okay, so final touch. I want to add some. Yeah, sometimes you have to get give rest to your eyes, just a couple of minutes, just to notice what's wrong with your picture. What exactly wrong with your picture? Bloom and glare, of course. Size, it's fine, but intensity has to be a little lower. Sharpen blur. Just turn it on. By default, Corona will make it softer. Okay. I think it's fine. I'm gonna render it in a 5K. Yeah, the same. With denoiser, it's gonna be quite well. No, that is just starting point. So we spent for the first picture, we spent like I think around 30 something minutes with all explanation, with details. Yeah, of course it could be quicker. Even with explanation, second time in VRay was quicker. I think 2/3 of the time of FStorm, and this one is like a 10 minutes. I don't know how much time was spent. Definitely less than 20 minutes. Yeah, that is exactly what we. That is some reflection. Yeah, I don't like it. So that is exactly what we have to learn: how to quickly catch main idea of the picture, catch it, bring to your picture, and do not modify, because and of course you have to show it to your client. You have to show it to your client and say, okay, do you like that emotion? And your client can say, oh yeah, it's cool, it's really good. And you can show this together with like you can show it as a model, as a lighting, as overall atmosphere, and that is extremely quick. Yeah, so how much time you have to spend collecting all this? Oh, I'm sorry, I have to cancel it because I have to turn on denoiser. That is Corona high quality. I still prefer use Corona high quality. I know that is NVIDIA AI and Intel denoisers, they can improve even picture, but honestly, I'm not sure that is something has to improve my picture, something accepted me. I have to be able to I have to know what exactly going on with my picture. So I don't want to definitely yeah. So I think that's all. Let me render just a couple of minutes and let me check these two pictures. Yeah, we just remember, guys, when we finished work with VRay, we said, okay, in my personal opinion, picture in VRay was better. But now, when I see these two pictures, the answer is not so obvious. I would say they are different. Yes, this picture more yellow, more red, I would say. This picture more yellow, or even better to say more green. I don't like this green, but in terms of picture, yeah, I don't want to, I can't say some of them better. They're different. And that is cool, because old render engine has different various of possibilities. Guys, why I'm doing that? Because the power is not in the render engines. Power in you, in the decision you accept, you make every moment like warmer or colder, more intense, less intense, and how to improve that feeling. You definitely have to work with your visual experience. How to work with your visual experience. Guys, that is extremely useful advice for every day. The best for you, not for me. For me, like, I already passed that moment. But for you, the best option, every single day, 20 minutes in the morning, better 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Go to your favorite websites with pictures, with photographies, real photographies. Check photographers' works. It should be exactly photographers, not Behance, not other renders, even good renders. No, just ignore that, because you have to upload to your imagination really amazing, really high level pictures, because your brain working that way. You have a question like this level of saturation or like or lower. and your imagination together with your brain giving you answer. No, that is not enough, or that is too much. And you and your imagination works based on the experience you have. So you have to upload pictures to your imagination, to your experience, to your brain first, and then your brain will give it back. That is extremely important things. Guys, that is the easiest, cheapest, and quickest way, quickest free way to get better pictures. Of course, only one option can be quicker than this. That is use somebody's experience. Of course, I mean mine. I have 19 years of experience in architectural visualization, over 10 years of education, and yes, this course is over 10 years. And of course, we have amazing students' works. I can even show you the pictures before and after. Let me try to... I prepared it today. Yeah. Wait a second, please. render.camp. No, design. Yeah, let me. Cool. Yeah, give me just yeah, I found it. Okay, so this is the presentation I just made. This is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. I can show you like methodology, settings, proofs, everything. Guys, pictures. And right now in 2025, the time costs extremely a lot. Honestly, are you ready to get new profession in 2 or 3 years? Because the required level of the picture creation is quite high because we have market expectations. And it's quite high. And if you don't meet these market expectations, I have bad news for you guys. The same as any other area of knowledge. I don't know, any sport, any I don't know, medicine, architecture, engineering, literally everything. You have to learn. You can't just start practicing and get some experience. I'm sorry, it doesn't work in that way anymore. 10 years ago, probably, but not now. Now you have to work with all world's experience. And right now, I'm offering you join render.camp course and get all that experience with the price of 2, maybe 3 pictures you can do for some online studio. For example, Fortis Vision, that is my studio, and we work with our students. Like most of our artists, that is students of render.camp. That is not a job offer, of course, because all of us have different plans and goals for the future, for the life. But if you want, you definitely can ask me. Daniel, I want to find the work. I'll give you some task. You'll do it, and I'll accept you if everything fine to the company. It's also works in that way. All these pictures are our students' final works. That is only important things. And of course, step number 2, okay, not step number 2, chapter number 2, that is how exact you're understanding how to get this. That is workflow. I just showed you workflow. You have to try this workflow even without this course, because that is professional, industry, quality, and in the nearest future it's gonna be industry standard, because industry need some standard. We a few studios already working that way. Like I mean completely. Some of studios still in the process of accepting it, but you understand. That's like a conveyor. Yeah, nobody produce cars manually as a craftsman. Nobody. Everyone understand like conveyor works even for extremely high price cars. Okay, in the course, of course, we learn all about discovery block, about scene setup, about general feeling, about cheaters, and of course, final render we receive is awesome. Every single day during course, I'm giving you my personal video feedback to your work. That is extremely important. You'll get a lot of prerecorded lessons. I don't remember the number, but more than 70 or more than 80 different lessons about different topics. Shaders, lighting, optimization, color composition, composition in general, color theory, literally everything. Separated into the blocks on the render.camp account and everything accurately structured. I can even show it to you. Render.camp, Daniel, we just finished previous course, and yeah, it's over here. Here we have discovery block with lessons here, scene setup block with lessons, general feeling, shaders, everything inside. And as you can see here, we have all lessons recorded. We already finished this course, so that's why it's all the lessons are finished. Yeah, but you're gonna have your own list of lessons, and all of them unique and all of them yours. Every single course we work with unique scenes. That's and unique and your scenes. Every single student choose their two projects, interior and exterior, and work with them. Okay, and every single day during the course, I record video comment to all the students, and even and sometime I can even record troubleshooting. If something goes wrong, if you can't reach some result, if you can't deal with modeling, I don't know, shadering, general feeling, or struggling with any other problem, I can render for you troubleshooting personally. And all this inside of the course. And of course, we work with different mood. Yeah. First of all, on the first week we work with overcast interior lighting in 3 render engines: Corona, VRay, and FStorm. That is our goal, to get that quality in every single picture. Then on the second week we work with sunny summer day, like this. Yeah, and all these pictures is our students' works on the course. Yeah, so that is not just some pictures in the internet. That is exactly students' works. Okay, and on the third week, we work with artificial light or with some unique lighting conditions of interior. In most cases, that is underground bars, windowless interiors, bathrooms, restaurants, something like that. On the fourth week, we work with sunny summer day interior. Actually, not only summer, because it could be winter sunny day also. Last course, we've got this winter picture. But the most useful architectural visualization technique, that is exactly sunny summer day. And on the fifth week, we work with artificial or blue hour of architecture. Of course, it can be, we call it unusual lighting of architecture, because it could be sunset, it can be overcast, it can be I don't know, at night, picture at night, it can be blue hour. So they're different, of course, but the methodology is the same. Yeah, so guys, that is the whole set of information you probably need for the professional architectural level of your pictures in every single day, in every single picture. That is extremely important. So that is what I describe you. Yeah. First week, second week, fifth week, interior architecture, overcast, sunny, artificial, sunny, unique exterior light. That is the overall schedule you have to deliver your final result. So interior scene setup, that is first week. General feeling, that is part of the next week. Then shaders, and then architectural scene, then general feeling and shaders. That's how you'll get your amazing final result. But the most important thing, you'll learn how to get it every single time. In every single project, in every single picture. Methodology, guys, workflow. I offer you just practice with me and get my experience. That's all. So that's me, that's clear. And yeah, you can check this link. My teammate just sent it to you. And yeah, now you have to choose your plan. We have 3 typical packages. Essentials, that is just the cheapest one. Here you have all the options, but you have no possibility to get feedback. To get my feedback, that is our main package, and actually most of people buying exactly these, because exactly here you'll get literally everything you need for this work. With my feedback, with possibility get diploma, possibility because we gave the diploma only to those who finish works on time. That is extremely important. Q&A sessions, live classes, recorded live classes, pre-recorded videos, my personal supervising, our chat, support team, troubleshooting, everything included into this package. And the last one, that is a personal track. In addition to this, you can get 5 2-hour lesson in person with me, one by one, to improve exactly your situations. Yeah. In case you want to work with your personal project, in case you want to work with different your projects from the past, or you have some new project and you want to make it on the new level, you can do it together with me, and that would be quicker, better, cheaper than everything else. So guys, the super last thing I have to share with you, for those of you who'll join us today, will get special offer. You just have to hit apply now, write your name here. Don't forget select your country, because of the code. If you leave just a numbers like a 123 123 123, that might be not enough, because we don't know your country. There should be clear for us. And better leave your email, because if you made some mistake in your phone number, we'll email you and offer you that price. One more time, guys. For those of you who are still with us today on this workshop, we offer special price offer after this workshop. You have to just apply now using that link my colleague just sent you, and you'll get that special price offer. I hate, honestly, saying discount, and I hate discounts in general, but that's why it's not a discount, but special price offer. Okay, why it's so terrible? Quality. Let me make it higher. Yeah, that could be better. Okay, now I have some time to read your questions and answer. Oh, I still render this, so I have to stop it. It's a little more, 17 minutes. Anyway, I know that might be not fair, but to be honest, for the general feeling, it's fine to have high denoiser. Okay, so that is Corona. Okay, Corona, VRay. No, that is FStorm. that is VRay, that is Corona. But that is Corona's 17 minutes. That is VRay around 2 or 3 minutes, as I remember, and FStorm around 13 minutes, but without denoiser. Yeah. So, what is better? Even subjectively, you can say even subjectively, nobody gonna kill you for that. To me personally, there is no difference because I can get extremely completely the same level, completely the same quality. But the quality, what does it mean quality? Nothing. Only word have any sense, that is emotion. And to get emotion, you have to have some experience to that. That's all. I suppose you have the same opinion. If not, share it with me in the chat. Okay, so let me read a few Daniels. Mind sharing the setup config at the end. Interactive render feels so smooth. Cheers from Brazil. Oh yeah, no problem. I think I can even show you. Wait a second. Whole configuration of my computer. Okay, I bought it in Poland. So that's why price in zloty, but I suppose it's visible, yeah? That is not my GPU because I replaced it to my actual card. Now I have 3090. I had a plan to change it to 5090, but honestly, I don't have a reason for that for the moment. My 3090 doing everything I need, so no any reason to. And I put it to the previous computer. Here is some cooling system, thermal pass. Here I have one. Now at all I have 196 gigabyte RAM. That is more than enough. My previous computer was 128 and that was more than enough. I bought it just because I can. No any real reason to have so much of RAM. Then my CPU, that is Ryzen 9 9950X. That is my actual CPU. Yeah, I know that is so low quality of this picture, but I'm sorry for that. Okay, let's move next. Why the reflect color is not white? Reflect color is white. Reflection is not white. Reflection has to be blue because it reflects blue sky. But reflect color, of course, white. Mr. Daniel, but one of them is the more generic. VRay appears to be most generic of the three, of the one that generates more for renders. I would say that is more opinion than fact. I don't want to say it have any that is some some of render engine more something. You can get, for example, in VRay, you can work with all possible particles, for example. Yeah, with foam, with fire, with liquid. But the question is, do you need it? Because right now with AI, you can get that effect. And the thing is, and yeah, guys, we can't ignore the fact that with AI we can get a lot. Really a lot. Only one thing, we have to learn what exactly we can do with AI and what exactly we have to prepare for the AI. In fact, that's why we're gonna have Let me hide it somehow. That is so terrible to see that picture here. Yeah. Okay, let it be like that. Yeah, with AI we can animate water, we can animate fog, sky, cloud, even light. But we have to prepare foundation for this. Foundation means the core of the picture, and it should have real sizes, dimensions, proportions, furniture, materials, at least the usual requirements of the architectural and interior visualization. But the next step is how to make it alive in animation. And honestly, there is no reason to render animation in a full 3D for the moment. And in the nearest future, I think there would be no any reason to do that. But general feeling that is exactly thing you have to learn, because AI generate randomly literally everything. And even all these lessons, like you can say this surface has to be like, unfortunately no, because let's be honest guys, we need exactly these wooden boards, and we can buy it in that store, and we have to show it to the client, to our client, not just some wooden boards, exactly these wooden boards. And we have to be able to do that in 3D. Yes, we can improve it in AI, make it more realistic, add more details, but that should be exactly this couch, this sofa, this material, this wood, literally everything have to be exactly this. So unfortunately, all these guys who saying like AI will do that instead of us, no, that is the tool to improve pictures. And even if it does, your clients, developers, realtors, architects need somebody who'll do that. Just imagine some lawyer will not go to generate some picture in I don't know, in Midjourney. Anyway, that is tool for you. That is that artist who can be responsible for AI part in the nearest future. So guys, please explore as much as possible. Okay. Daniel, I have some renders on my Instagram. Can I send you message there? Yes, of course you can. Please make video about ACES CG workflow in VRay. In fact, I just showed you that method. That is the method I just showed you. That is the best workflow I can advise. Nothing more. On the course, we have some small lesson about how to twist your VRay to ACES, but in fact, that is the same. Little more detailed explanation what's going on there. Why do you use Corona bitmap instead of bitmap? Because all the render engines prefer to use their own everything. Light sources, bitmaps, and rest. We can easily drag and drop the texture in SME. If we use bitmap, but I found most pro use Corona bitmap instead of 3ds Max default bitmap. I don't know why. That's not pro. That's just a logic. Yeah, if you buy BMW, you need the special parts from BMW, not from Volvo. That's how it works. Can you place there somehow? Yes, but I'm sorry, that is not a best option. We use best options, that's all. Because Corona render works better with Corona everything. Corona camera, Corona virtual frame buffer, bitmaps, light sources. Just it understand better. That's all. And VRay the same and FStorm the same. Okay. Daniel, I have some renders in my... Yeah, that's clear. Are there any promotions for PV course if already joined PV Intensive? When I attend PV Intensive, you said that we can join PV course will be promotion that I'll deduct the PV Intensive course fees. Look, there was offer for the past professional visualization course 16. But anyway, we love and respect guys who our students. Yeah, we love and respect our students. So anyway, apply and ask my colleague about that. I'll tell them about this, and tomorrow they'll call you back, and definitely they'll offer something specific to you. Okay? Don't be shy. Anyway, you can just apply. If not, if that offer will not suit you, you can just decline it. With the Corona bitmap, you have the ability to easily rotate the bitmap with any other bitmap also. Professional visualization course. Yeah. So guys, I answered all the questions. That was a great pleasure to work with you today. And what do you think about my new hairstyle? Let me show you. Oh, why it's so bright? Because that is light. Huh? Camera has to. My new hair color called platinum. So that is white. Yeah, in camera it looks like yellow, but it's not yellow. It's exactly the same as t-shirt. That's because of the lighting conditions and color balance in comparison with a blue background. So yeah, I decided to do something with my exterior. So guys, that was great pleasure to work with. Oh, after joining PV Intensive, I want to join PV course with diploma again. Thanks. Welcome. You can just apply, and my colleague will definitely offer you something. Don't be shy. At least you'll try. So, thank you guys. That was a great pleasure to work with you today, and I think see you in a few weeks. That's all. Thank you. See you.